So, good morning, everyone. I think we can begin with the session, right? Ramana, are you here? Can we begin?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, this is our second session on DAF filing. So, I think everybody of you, know about Ramana and me. All right. So, we'll continue from there. So, in this session, mostly, maybe Ramana will be reviewing some more things which he talked in the last class, maybe about cadre policy or some other things, and then we will open it up for your queries. Right. Just there are like 3 days more to fill the DAF, so you can ask whatever you want to ask today. So this will be mostly be an interactive session. So okay, I'll just stop this presentation. So Ravna, you can present if you want something, right? Then we
Yes,
will
sir.
begin.
Yes, sir. Just a second.
Good morning, everyone. Is my voice audible now?
Yes, it is audible.
Yes, sir. Uh, so I think 3 days back when I took a session, there was some audio issue, and I've tried to say a few points, but many people got confused what I was saying. I'll just start with that particular thing. The point which I'm trying to make. I think by now, many of you might have already filled the seventh section as well as the cadre preference, at least a draft of it. So by now, you know there is a lot of complexity in filling the cadres because you don't know the vacancies that are available for each state, the insider and outsider vacancies of that state, and category wise distribution, the unreserved, OBC, SC, ST, and you never know the PH category, PH seats from which state they are going to take. So all these complexities are there. So then why to invest so much time on this? Because you can't be certain where you are going to end. The only thing in my experience and by what all I gained by talking to my friends is that you can try to put your cadres in such a way that you will be getting a cadre in the top 10 choices of your list. Let us say because at the end of the day, you'll be giving how many states, how many choices. You have four in zone four, you have four in zone four, six in zone one. Sorry, zone two you have four, zone one you have six, then you have four, you have again six, you have again five. So you have 25 choices. So you have to give 25 preferences. So you can, by putting some thought over what your personal choices are and seeing the last 3-4 years choices and how the opening and closing ranks are there for different states, you can try to come to some top 10 preferences of your personal cadres where you can be sure of getting a preferred state in this top 10. This is what I was explaining the other day also. So let me try to explain this again. I will start with an example. Let us say you belong to a North Indian state. For example, you are a person of UP. So UP is your home state. The first thing you have to think is whether you want your home state or not. This depends upon two things. Some people will be looking for an opportunity where they can do very good work as an Indian Forest Service officer. So for that, you need a state which has proper resources for forest department. So if that is the criteria, then you may not prefer your home state. But many of the people will be like, though my state doesn't have good forest resource, I am happy working in my home state. So these are the first two questions you have to pose to yourself, whether you want your home cadre or you are comfortable in a state which has good forest resources. So this is the first question. Like, what do you want to choose as your first preference? So when you are done with this question and you have decided that whether you want your home state or some other state, so your first choice is already done. So if I want UP as my home state and I want UP as my first preference also, so UP will be my first choice. Then what I'm saying is you have to give four states from four different zones. Then again you will go for 6, then again 4 states. So this 6 state will be something from my zone itself. It could be Bihar, Jharkhand, or Orissa. Then all these 8 states, the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, 8, 9, 10, these preferences will be from some other zones. So here you should choose your choices wisely. For example, I have opted for UP, and let us say in second, I am opting for Madhya Pradesh. Third, I am opting Karnataka. Then let us say fourth, I am going for Uttarakhand. So what I'm saying is, if you see the last 4 5 years of how the vacancies are getting started and closed, when I'm opting for UP, MP, Karnataka, and Uttarakhand, it means if I'm not getting Karnataka, let us say my while allocation, I have missed Karnataka. Then, yeah, Uttarakhand, so definitely I would have missed by them because I am not getting UP, MP, Karnataka. So my rank is not somewhere less than 30, 40 if I am a general category candidate. So in any way, I will not get Uttarakhand by the time. Uttarakhand must have closed much earlier. So when by still if I am putting Uttarakhand as my fourth, it means I want to skip this zone in this first iteration. So then I will go to the fifth zone. That is somewhere, let us say in northeast, I go for Assam, Meghalaya. So then high chances are there that I will end up in Assam, Meghalaya. But let us say if I don't want to skip this zone, Uttarakhand zone, that is the north zone, then I could go for Agmut in my fourth. Then there is high chance that I will end up in Agmut. So by going through this all previous 4 5 years list, you can try to come to a stage where you can analyze which states are closing prior and which states the seats close a little late. So based upon that, choose your first 10 preferences in such a way that you should get a cadre in the first 10 itself. Don't leave your cadre allocation to go to the 11th and the later preferences, because then you never know where you are going to end up. You might end up in some completely far away zone or cadre, which you might not be very interested to work with. So try to choose your first 10 preferences very carefully. For example, let me take one more example. So earlier now we took Uttar Pradesh. Let me take a southern example. So in my personal example, let us say I'm a native of AP. So AP, and I don't want AP as my first preference, because I know in AP forest as a DFO, forest service is not a good choice if I feel so. So first choice I will be going for some other state in Andhra. So I will say that my home state is Andhra, and I don't want my home state. So here I will write no, and I will choose, let us say, Karnataka as my first choice. Then second choice, I will go for Madhya Pradesh. Then third, maybe in the eastern zone, I will go for Odisha. Then in fourth, so when it comes to north zone, I can go for Uttarakhand. But if I'm not getting 1, 2, 3, then only my fourth choice will be opened up. So, but when I'm not getting all these three, then it means Uttarakhand would have closed by that time. This information I know because of the last 3, 4 years of how the vacancies are being allotted. So instead of Uttarakhand, I can go for some other state in this zone. But if I want to skip this zone, I will go for Uttarakhand. Then I will go for Sikkim. But here the risk I'm taking is I will be skipping 2 zones and I will be banking upon my rest of the preferences 6, 7, 8, 9. In 6, I may go for Tamil Nadu. And I will be pretty sure that by Tamil Nadu, I will end there. My iteration will not go beyond 6. Because if you see the last 3, 4 years of vacancies, Tamil Nadu will be usually available for the unreserved category candidates till the last time. For an outsider, I'm saying.
Ramana, I just want to ask one thing, that like this I feel is your choice based
Yes,
on
sir.
your insights which you have gathered in last some time. So when
Yes, sir.
you got Assam Meghalaya cadre at all India rank 34, was this your choice? I don't think this was the order you filled the DAF, right?
Exactly.
So
So,
what did you
yes, sir.
did then?
So what happened when I got rank 34? This
I
is what I was
just
trying.
sorry to interrupt. I just want to give some context to the student, right? Those who don't know, like last year Ramna got ranked 34. Last year the AIR 2 was Varadaraj, and he was, I think, from Karnataka cadre, right? And despite having all in rank 2, he didn't get Karnataka. I'm not sure what was his choices. And also something was like people from Madhya Pradesh, like Madhya Pradesh is very sought out cadre. So like there were some of our students, and they get, among the last ranks in like in general category, right? One was rank 42, 43, 44, and fortunately they all got Madhya Pradesh cadre as an insider. So you should think about these cases, and then it will click more for you, right? This was the case. I think Anshu got rank 43, and still he got his home cadre. That was Madhya Pradesh. Same was, I think, with rank 42 also. If yeah, the same PDF.
I think it was Dhruva Srivastava.
Yeah, Dhruv was there. Right, Dhruv also got a Madhya Pradesh cadre as an insider. Like,
So I think, sir, yes, sir, I got your doubt. Uh, so I will try to explain what happened last year. So, for example, these were the vacancies of last year, that is the 2022 batch. So 2021 exam. So you can see what the vacancies are in this. So in Karnataka, so there were 3 vacancies, out of which unreserved category there were 0 vacancies. So the second ranker, Vardraj opted for Karnataka. Third ranker Prapanchan, he was from AP, but he also opted for Karnataka as his first state. He didn't opt for his home state Andhra Pradesh. So, but both of them, one got Orissa, one got Madhya Pradesh. That was because in Karnataka there were no vacancies last year, unreserved category.
right.
So whatever vacancies were there were from different, they were in different categories. You can see all 3 were in OBC category. One was insider, 2 was outsider, and rest there were 0. So I will tell one more example here. For example, I think 3 days back I was telling this, how the cadres get allocated at the first. Let us say
Yes.
there are 150 vacancies this year. So you'll be getting 150 people who got the rank from 1 to 150. So first what the system will do is, system will allocate all the insider vacancies of all the states. Insider vacancies, for example, here out of the 25 cadres which are there, the insider seats are 37 and the outsider were 73. So total there were 110 vacancies. Out of this, all these 37 will be allocated to the candidates who got the ranks. Once these 37 vacancies are allocated, only then the 73 vacancies will get allocated. I hope this point is very clear. For example, it will start with the first ranker. First ranker was Shruti in our batch. So for Shruti, the system will see, is she eligible to get the insider vacancy which she opted? If yes, she will be given that vacancy. If not, she will be skipped and the system will go to rank 2. So then it will see whether rank 2 can be given his home state or not. The insider which he opted. If yes, it will allocate, otherwise it will go to rank 3. In this way, it will go to all 110 ranks. Then the system will come and start allocating the outsider vacancies. Is this point clear? Here, for example, I will tell one more thing. So here you can see 34th rank, I got Assam Meghalaya cadre, and you will see 40 rank, Nagaraju. He's a friend of mine. He is a native of Orissa. He belongs to general category. He got Orissa cadre only. But if you see the vacancies of Orissa, so of Orissa, there were 4 vacancies in unreserved, 4 were outsiders. There was no insider vacancy. But he was an Orissa insider of unreserved category. But there was, in Orissa, there was one OBC vacancy, which was OBC insider. But in the final list, there was no person from Orissa. So what will happen? Obviously, I told you to read the cadre rules once again. So if you have read it, so as per the cadre rules, if there is no OBC insider taking this seat of in Orissa, it will get converted into ST, provided there is an outsider ST vacancy. There was no outsider ST vacancy, so the seat won't get converted into ST. It will try for SC. In SC also there was no outsider vacancy, so it can't even get converted into SC. Now it will check for OC vacancy. In unreserved there were 4 vacancies. So what the system will do is, the system will make this 4 as 3, and here it will becomes 1. So this is how rank 40 got that OBC insider. The outsiders will get converted in, these vacancies will reduced from 4 to 3. So only 3 people will get outsider unreserved category as Orissa. So that is how the Odisha as a cadre for an outsider stopped at rank 31. Otherwise, I could have got that Odisha. I opted for Odisha as my third preference. Because Nagaraju got that cadre, one seat from outsider got reduced. And because of which I missed Odisha and my third preference was Odisha. I missed it and I ended up with my fifth preference, which was Assam Meghalaya. Is this point fine? What I'm trying to tell?
Yes, sir.
Just a
Yeah, is my voice audible, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this cadre preference and the allocation of cadres is very complex. So you'll see the cadre policy rules and how the conversion takes place. After knowing all the conversion rules also, you can't make out where you'll be ending up. But what I'm saying is, if you know the closing and opening ranks and if you think properly, you can try to minimize your chances of going beyond 11th preference. So this is how usually the vacancies look, right? But here there are 2-3 catches which you have to consider. For example, take the state of Madhya Pradesh. It will always have a lot of vacancies for outsiders. But the point is, out of this 10, 2-3 vacancies will be filled up by PH category candidates. So you may feel that the number is high, but the number is not really very high. This is one thing which you have to keep in mind. Second, the state of Sikkim already we discussed. It usually have 0 vacancies. But the other day someone was pointing out, what if out of the increased vacancies 150, if one seat is there in Sikkim? Because let us say if that one seat is even in SC category, definitely it will get converted and it will become unreserved seat if no one is there from SC category of Sikkim. So one seat could be there, the probability is there, but if many people are opting for that, so your risk of getting Sikkim will also get reduced and someone would have to sacrifice and he will end up in Sikkim. Same way, you can take the state of Punjab. Punjab also hardly 0 to 1 vacancies will be there every year. This is the trend in the last 4-5 years. You can check. But the point is, most people won't risk Punjab here as they are risking Sikkim. I don't know what the reason is, but many people will put Sikkim to skip the zone, but they won't put Punjab to skip that northern zone. But yeah, some of my friends have done it last time and they have skipped Punjab last year. I mean, that zone of Punjab while opting. So these are the 2 things which you can see, Punjab and Sikkim, to skip if you want those, if you want to skip those zones. Then Madhya Pradesh, yeah, that risk of outsiders though looking high, you may not get that. Maharashtra is another good cadre, and this fills even faster than Madhya Pradesh in most of the years. You can check this. You can cross check in the last 4 years. And someone was asking where can we get all those last 3-4 years. The website is IFS. I think someone also posted the link, ifs.nic.in. In that website, you will get all the vacancies list and the cadre preferences which the aspirants gave. So that also will be available. So you can check how the vacancies end up. So today morning, I was talking to a person from Assam Meghalaya. So he's from Assam Meghalaya and he was thinking whether to go for Assam Meghalaya as his first or not. So if you are from a state from which usually very less people get selected into IFS, and if you put your own home state as your first preference, then there is high chance of you getting that state. Because if nobody else is there from your state getting into the final list, then whatever might be the vacancy, whether it is OBC vacancy, SC vacancy, ST vacancy, whatever might be the vacancy, it will get converted into your own category and you will get it. For example, if there is only one seat in Assam Meghalaya, let us say in some ST category, and you are unreserved category from Assam, you got a rank, and there is no one from Assam. So then definitely this will get ultimately converted and you will be given that seat. So if you are from such a state from which very less people get selected, you can peacefully choose your state and you will get it for sure. And so this is what I was planning to say the other day. There was some audio issue. I think now today I made it clear. If any one of you have any issue regarding what I'm trying to say, you can ask.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I didn't understand one thing, that the Odisha case which you were showing.
Yeah.
So in that there were 4 unreserved outsider, right?
Yes.
So even if your friend got 1 vacancy, so there was still 3. So like, why didn't you still get it? I couldn't get that point.
So when my friend got 1 vacancy, so the outsider reduced to 3.
Yeah.
Right. So if you
Yeah.
see the list, because there were 0 vacancies in Karnataka, the second ranker got Odisha.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
12th ranker, he got Odisha.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
And the rank number 31 got Odisha.
31 got Odisha. Okay.
So it ends up.
And sir, one more thing. So sir, regarding this home cadre, so I am from Bihar, but like I don't want to put it as
Yeah.
the first preference. So what is this rule regarding that? Like I'm currently staying in Maharashtra and I've attended my college from West Bengal. So
Okay.
is it possible for me to put some other state as home cadre, and like how reliable is that information that no scrutiny or no penalization will be done for that?
The first point, if you fill the DAF 2 properly, you would have seen, based upon column number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which state you will consider as your home state is the question being asked.
Yeah.
So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is like where you are born, where you did your schooling, college, etc. So based on that, you can choose whatever state you want as your home state. So if you have studied in Maharashtra or Madhya Pradesh, or you are currently working there, you can choose that as your home state. No issue at all.
So in
So
my
you can-
interview also, like questions will be asked more from that state. Is that also correlated like that?
No. There is no link. They may ask, they may not ask. But the point is, if you are putting
I
some state as
prepare.
your home state, you have to prepare very well about that state. For example, if you are from Bihar and you want to put Maharashtra as your home state, you have to prepare both Bihar as well as Maharashtra.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the forest point of view, from the governance point of view, even from the political point of view, you have to prepare current affairs of both the states and be ready for a question. They won't ask why you are putting so and so state as your home, but what if they ask? So you have to take that angle and prepare, have some little content. For example, so in my batch, the 33rd ranker was there, Rishabh Jain.
Yeah.
So he got rank in 2020 as well. He got around some 50s में उसका rank आया था forest में.
Mm-hmm.
That year he was allocated, I think, Uttar Pradesh or some cadre he got that year. He
Chhattisgarh.
I don't remember the cadre. He got some cadre. He wanted to change his cadre and he wrote the exam again.
Okay.
So when he went for the interview, Satyavati ma'am was there for him. So they asked, I think Satyavati ma'am only. So they asked, you already got selected. Why are you giving the interview again? So then he said, sir, I want to change the cadre because my girlfriend is from so-and-so state. So this is the reason which he gave. You can give any reason. You can just substantiate it. So my family roots are there, or I have studied there. I'll be settling there. Or you can say the forest resources are more in so-and-so state. You can give reason. You won't get penalized much, but you have to have proper justification.
So if I have worked that's a fair justification, right? If I've stayed here for the last 5 years.
Yeah, definitely. That is a fair justification. You can go and tell the same.
Got it.
But you have to prepare from both the states.
I think anyways I'll have to prepare because it will show up somewhere in my DAF.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Hi. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Sarthak. Please.
So can you please elaborate on zone 1? So pros and cons of choosing Rajasthan over Agmat or months. Give your insight on zone 1 preference order one more last time, please.
Yeah, first let me tell about Agmat because some more people were asking me about the pros and cons of Agmat. See, Agmat is a zone where you'll have Arunachal, Mizoram. Then on other side you'll have Goa plus all UTs, which includes Jammu, Andaman, and all the other rest of the Union Territories. So the point is you will not have a single home if you are going to Agmat. So you'll be keep on posted at different locations. So some people they don't like that. Some people will have such things as their personal preference. So they will enjoy posting at different states. For example, you will get let us say you got Agmat cadre, and your spouse is working in a job which needs a stationary location. Like if she is a doctor or she's she's doing some job which needs a stationary location. So then it will be difficult for you to keep on getting posted at different states. So that will be an issue with Agmat. So other than that, in Agmat cadre, be it IAS, IPS or forest service, if you do, there is some ratio that if you do for X number of years in non-Delhi, other than Delhi states, then for Y number of years you'll be posted in Delhi. So this option will be there in Agmat. So most of the people who take Agmat, they will try to be in Delhi because that's a power center for all India service officers. That is an advantage with Agmut. And other advantage is Agmut closes very late in forest service. So if you want to have safer options and end up in a safe zone, and you are native of Delhi, let us say, so then you can go for Agmut as your first preference or sixth preference, and you will most probably end up there by whatever rank you will be getting, because that is not a cadre which many people will be taking. You can see Gaurav sir, he took Agmut cadre and he uh, ended up in Agmut cadre. So this was about Agmut. Sardik, you were asking some linked question along with Agmut.
Sir,
sir,
can I
as
ask one thing?
Just
so,
please, Sardik.
so choosing Rajasthan over Agmat, pros of choosing Rajasthan. Can you please elaborate on Rajasthan cadre also, because there is very less forest area. So what scope of work as an IFS officer?
Sir, see, for Rajasthan is a good state for any all India service officer. So if you keep aside what a IFS officer do, it is a good state for all India service officer. Have this point very clear here. Like if you are going to enter into IFS, so you'll be working as a DFO and various other posts for around 12 to 14 years. After that, you will be going to enter either central government. You'll be called to the central government, or if you are staying in the state, you will be entering into the secretariat of that state as some secretary, principal secretary, additional secretary, AO, करके. So you'll be going into secretariat of that particular state. So after 12 years, 12 to 14 years, most probably you will not be doing ground level job. You will be working and contributing to the society at the level of policy making and policy implementation, all these things. So policy making may you will go. So if you go to a state like Rajasthan, and one more thing is when you go to this level, the policy making level, you are no less than any IAS officer. You are completely equal on paper as well as both on paper and in reality also you'll be equal. For example, if you take the state of Andhra Pradesh, the present PCC of Andhra Pradesh, that is the principal chief conservator of forest, he is being handling 4 different ministries at the level of secretary. So he is the secretary for 4 different ministries. So he is no less than any IAS officer. So the same goes with IFS officer. If you go and take Rajasthan, so though the forest cover is relatively less, but it has some wide diversity of forests like desert national parks, different tiger reserves are also there in Rajasthan. So you'll have decent amount of field experience. After that, once you enter secretary, central, if you go to central government or if you enter into that secretary level jobs, so you'll be on par treated with any other IAS officer, and it's a very good state for all India services. You'll have relatively less political interference also. So in that way, it is a good state. But the problem is, in the last 3-4 years, I have seen many people from Rajasthan clear the services, Indian Forest Service, and it is highly a state which is highly demanded. So it closes very early.
Sir, in regard with Agmut, I want to
Thank you.
ask one thing.
Yeah, please, Sushant.
Sir, good morning. Sir, my concerns are a little different. One thing is that I don't want to go to Delhi.
Okay.
Second thing is that I have no requirement of keeping myself at a fixed location, because my wife is not in India, basically.
Okay.
So I have no issues like that. I can go anywhere.
Hmm.
So जो आपने पहले 2 points बताए उन्हें हटा दीजिए. After that, how is Agmut?
Then Agmut will be a good cadre. You can have the opportunity of working at different states, but the point is you should also be ready to work in Jammu.
Yeah.
में आ जाएगा, लद्दाख में आ जाएगा, लक्षद्वीप में आएगा, Daman and Diu. So these union territories also you'll be getting. If you
It
are
is good. What, sir?
I'm saying if you're comfortable in those union territories also, you can go and take it, because you'll have good states where the forest cover is there. That is Arunachal you'll have, Mizoram you'll be having, Andaman you'll be having. So these are good states for a forest service officer. You have a lot of resources there.
Okay, sir. Sir, my focus is, one point is the forest cover, and the second focus is the work culture. So
from work culture,
Hmm.
you need to see the political interference in those states traditionally. So, for example, Kerala is one state which people usually don't prefer. The non-Keralites won't prefer.
Yeah.
Their political interference is very high. The communist parties are very active over there.
In Kerala.
In Kerala.
In West Bengal?
West Bengal, as per the recent trends, which some of my friends working over there say, there also you'll have somewhat political interference, but to certain extent that is same with all states.
Okay. Sir, how is Arunachal in Agmut?
I'm not very sure because I know a few friends in Agmut quarter, but none of them have worked till now in Arunachal. So I'm not very sure.
So they are usually posted in Andaman. Is it so?
It depends upon your luck. You'll be like if you are posted in Andaman, it's not like you'll be fixed over there. You'll be transferred over a period of time. But within the card, you'll be getting transferred.
My point was that only, sir. If there is no stop for those 2 points what you have mentioned, then Agmut is a good cadre. If a person is ready to move.
Yeah, definitely.
And explore more states because it offers more variety.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Jatin can ask here.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt over Sikkim as a preference in the first iteration. It's the worth of taking a risk in Sikkim as the last seat came in the 2019 and that too in unreserved general. So, and this time the seat has been increased to 150. So it is worth to take a risk over Sikkim.
See, if in Sikkim, if you are going to get a state, it doesn't depend whether it is OBC state, SC seat or ST seat. Because if it is an insider seat, be sure that it will be getting converted into an outsider. It won't remain as insider. Because insider will only be consumed if there is someone from Sikkim getting a rank, which usually is very, very less probability. So whatever seat that will be there in Sikkim, it will be going to get converted into an outsider. And I would say taking the risk of Sikkim is up to you. But if I would have given an option, I would take that risk because there are only 2-3 types of categories. Let us say you are going to get a rank in top 10. Then Sikkim is anyway assuming that you are putting Northeast Zone as your last preference. So they will be there in the position number 5. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 4 different states. And if you wisely choose these 1, 2, 3, 4, then with the rank you got, you will most probably end up in these states. Let us say you are going to get a rank in your respective category in the last 20, 30 ranks are there. So for example, if I am an unreserved category and unreserved category ranks are going up to 60 and I got a rank from 40 to 60. So then also by that time, most probably Sikkim would have been taken by some other person because usually 40 to 50% people put Sikkim as their first preference in Northeast. So Sikkim would have been closed by that time. So again, I would not get Sikkim. Either I will get in 1, 2, 3, 4 or I will go for 6, 7, 8, 9. The problem is if you are stuck with 20 to 40 or I mean in the middle of your respective category and what if that unlucky person is you, then that is the risk which you have to take if you want to skip that zone. That is why not everyone will opt for Sikkim. It is usually 40 to 60% people opt for Sikkim as their first in Northeast zone. The rest of the people, they don't take the risk and they will either go for West Bengal or Assam Meghalaya. That is why those people will end up getting these states. For example, in my batch, rank 23rd, Sanket got Assam Meghalaya, then I got Assam Meghalaya, and 2 more people got Assam Meghalaya. You can see that. Only we people, we don't. So this, where is this Sanket?
21, I think.
26.
So Sanket got it. So if you see the preferences given by my batchmates, from above Sanket, no one have opted for Assam Meghalaya. Majority of them, they opted for Sikkim only. That list is also there with me. It's not presently available in the website, ifs.nec.in. So that I will share in the group. You can see the vacancies. But usually 40 to 50% people will go for Sikkim. So it's a personal choice, I would say. But you can think over it. If you're comfortable and taking that risk, because right now you will have a fair idea. One more thing I want to say is in forest service, for example, in civil services, what happens? Let us say X marks are the cutoff to get an interview call. Last year, I think the cutoff for general category was 745. And the final cutoff to get into the rank list let us say, last year
904.
for general category, so it was 951, which got reduced to 946 after the reserve list. So what happens in civil services is that because many people give the exam with seriousness and everyone is well prepared, the cutoff mark for getting an interview call and cutoff mark to get into the final list, the difference is not very huge. If you can score, let us say, the 200 or 205 in the interview, you will definitely get a rank, even though you cleared mains just by 1 or 2 marks. That happens in civil services. But what happens when it comes to forest is, because majority of the people, they won't have time to prepare for forest services, because they might have given civil services and come for forest. So they won't prepare very well. Not all candidates are very serious in mains exam. So what happens? You might have got an interview opportunity. Let us say the cutoff is 650 and you got an opportunity to give interview. But the cutoff to get into the final list could be somewhere 920 or something, where even if you take the top scorer of interview, even if you get that mark, you will not get a rank in final list. So this is what you can see from last 3-4 years forest service marks. So a person just clearing the mains doesn't mean he would definitely get a rank, despite getting a top score in interview. So many of you already know how your optionals went. So someone who have common optional in civil services or who prepared for geology rigorously under by taking some coaching or senior guidance or whatever. So you already know your relative performance of how you performed well. So based upon that, you can also think whether I should take this risk of putting Sikkim or not. Because if you are pretty sure that you did well, you can take the risk of Sikkim. Anyway, you are not going to get that zone. Your rank will be there in somewhere very good rank. But if you are like, no, I haven't done very well. I might have just got, even if I get rank, it will not be very, very good rank. So I don't want to take the risk. Then it's up to you. The point why I'm mentioning is civil services and forest service interview are different things. In forest service, you have to work very hard and score the maximum possible marks in interview, because then only because you don't know your marks in mains. So if you are trying to score maximum number of marks in forest service interview, then there will be high chance of you to make it to the final list, and that is very much possible in forest service to score good marks. For example, if you take the main differences in forest service interview versus civil services, here the scope is very limited. They will be mostly trying to they try to stick to the technical part, and whatever other questions they will ask, it will be around these technical aspects only. But here the scope is very vast, so they will go here and there some random current affairs, and they can jump to any part of your DAF and take the interview to somewhere else. If you can try to make it in and around your comfort zone in forest service, sticking to the technical aspect, there is high chance of you scoring the 70 to 75% of marks, which are the highest being awarded as of now. Yeah. So based upon your performance, you can take that risk of putting Sikkim or not. I think.
Okay, sir. My second question is that between West Bengal and Assam, Meghalaya, which is the best cadre and why to choose that particular cadre?
See, it depends where your home state is going to be.
My
where
home
you are
state is
coming from.
Chhattisgarh.
Okay. So, for example, if you are non-native of that particular state, then you can see, for example, your home state is Chhattisgarh. One is Assam, Meghalaya, the other is West Bengal. From forest service point of view, both have decent forest cover, but there is more diversity in Assam, Meghalaya, and there are more resources being allocated. When I'm saying resources, you can go and check how much the state budget is allocating for its own forest department. This will be available if you Google it, you will get it. For example, if I'm trying to check the state of Assam, Meghalaya, I will say Assam, Meghalaya budget for Ministry of Forest. So you can get a rough idea of how much importance the forest that particular government is giving to their forest department. So from that perspective, I would say Assam Meghalaya has more diversity, and political interference is also relatively less in Assam Meghalaya when compared with West Bengal. But the point is, in West Bengal, you will have more of a uniform culture throughout the state. So once if you learn some language, you can make this. You can be pretty confident that you can do the work properly. But in Assam Meghalaya, you will be having multiple challenges, that you have to learn different languages, because there are many languages being spoken in Assam. So that is a risk. No, not risk. That is a challenge. And the second is there is again the challenge of you may be getting allocated to Assam or Meghalaya. You can't be sure where you will be ending up. So that is one more challenge. But
Sir, is there any criteria for the same?
no. That criteria is completely random. So it will be 2:1 ratio. As I told you 3 days back, the two people will be going to Assam. One will be go out of three. One has to go to Meghalaya. And the last few years which I have seen, usually lady candidates or women candidates, they'll be given preference and they'll be posted to Assam. Male candidates usually, so they will be then allocated the rest of the seats. Let us say there were three, out of which one is woman. So she will be getting Assam, and out of the rest two, it will be again random. One will go to Assam, one will go to Meghalaya. Once that is decided, let us say you got your cadre as Meghalaya, then that will be your cadre for lifetime. You again can't go to Assam.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, my last question is that between Rajasthan and Uttarakhand, sir.
Yeah.
In June 1.
राजस्थान और उत्तराखंड देखो यार राजस्थान में because of many people from Rajasthan are clearing the exam and they want their home cadre as their first preference. So the cadre is getting closed quite early these days. So that is a issue with Rajasthan. And Uttarakhand, the forest is very good. You have good forest resources. But the challenge is number of seats that are getting opened in Uttarakhand are very, very less. If you see even the last year vacancies here, Uttarakhand, there were total 3 vacancies, out of which unreserved open was only 1. This was again taken by the first ranker Shruti. And the rest 2 were in OBC category. So the vacancies are less when it comes to Uttarakhand. But for Rajasthan, usually the vacancies are relatively more. So this is the difference. Usually the vacancies are less. So if you want Uttarakhand as an option, you have to opt it very early, like in your 1 or 2 preferences. Otherwise, if you are putting Uttarakhand somewhere, then it is like you are putting Uttarakhand just to skip that zone. Because the vacancies are less and competition is high for that. So if you want, opt it early. Otherwise, you use it as a skipper.
Even in
Okay,
our group,
thank you.
even in our group, we have this poll, and there around 20 students were from like they have cleared from Rajasthan, and only 3 are combined from Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So like this is what like he's saying. All right, Apur, you have raised your hand for quite some time. You want to ask something?
Sir, I think my question has already been answered. The first was West Bengal versus Assam Meghalaya, which sir has done, and second was the factors. How is it decided who will go to Assam and who will go to Meghalaya? I think he has tackled both of these. So, sir, the doubt is, sir, if you would have been in place of me, okay, just consider yourself in place of me and then answer. Assam Meghalaya, if I get West Bengal and compare it to Meghalaya. So is it worth taking the risk to select Assam, Meghalaya above West Bengal because we do not know where we might end up?
Yeah, that.
You put yourself in place of me and then answer. It's okay. We just want your inputs.
Then I would have gone.
Ultimately, we have to decide.
See, that option will always be there. That risk will be there. Whether if I go to Meghalaya and if I'm very sure that I'll be going to Meghalaya, then I will definitely opt for West Bengal. But because there is 1/3 probability and 2/3 probability of me getting Assam, then I will try to go for Assam Meghalaya. But if you are a person after getting rank, you want to take an extension for a year, then go for West Bengal. Because usually that's what happens. If you are going to take an extension, there is more probability of you getting allocated to Meghalaya. Then in that particular case, I would have gone for Assam.
And sir, what about like I don't know if this is true or not. You just tell me if the things which I've heard is true or not. Because of this contentious relationship between central government and West Bengal government, the number of deputations are less from West Bengal. Central deputations. Is it right, or this is just a saying which I just heard?
By seeing what has been happening in the last 3-4 years, and some of my friends who are working there, from whatever I have heard from them, the deputations are very less. For example, there is something called CBM, cadre-based marriages. So, for example, being an all India service officer, if you are marrying other all India service officer, you can change your cadre. That option is there in the service rules. But in that option also, if you see the rules properly, two people from different states, if they are getting married, they can change their cadre only if the person who is changing is not going to his own home state. For example, I got a Assam Meghalaya, and if I marry a girl who is working in Andhra Pradesh, I can't go to Andhra Pradesh because that is my home state, and the rules don't allow me. But if I marry someone in Telangana or someone in Chhattisgarh, then I can go to that cadre. You have to tell the ministry, and you have to get the letter from the state where you want to enter. But currently, the situation is West Bengal is not giving its permission for its officers to leave the state. So this is the situation now. But what I'm trying to say is, this can't be same always, because the government might change, and in the coming year, the government, though even if it remains same, it might change its stance. So that is something temporary which could get changed. But currently, yeah, the situation is it's not easily allowing its officers to change their cadres.
And sir, how much is the difference between West Bengal and Assam, not Meghalaya, West Bengal and Assam? The amount of difference relating to funds and work culture and other things. Like, is there a very huge difference, or and the difference is worth taking risk?
Relative to funding, it's not very huge difference. Both forests, both forest department get decent amount of funds. But the point is, Assam forests are more driven by tourists as well. So you'll get a lot of funding in terms of not just funding, you'll get a lot of tourist economy also in Assam compared with West Bengal. That is the difference. And politically also, the activism is more in West Bengal when compared with Assam. The difference is here. But there is always a challenge of going into working in a state where there are a lot of Schedule 5 and Schedule 6 areas. Because if you are going in those areas and you are working there, then the Schedule 6 areas have their own autonomy. So though you are working as a DFO in that state, your powers are always limited when you are working in a Schedule 6 area. So that challenge will be there if you are working in Assam.
Okay. And sir, I don't know if I should ask this question. You can say I won't answer if you do not want to. Suppose you have to, if you are given an option now from to change from Assam to West Bengal, you won't do it now.
I will stick with Assam Meghalaya.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The personal type of answer, no? So in my personal capacity, I would say I would stick with Assam Meghalaya. I'm comfortable there. But it depends from person to person, depending upon your interest where you want to work.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Next, again, 9 more people are there raising their hands.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Harshindra. Yes.
Sir, basically, I am from Punjab.
Okay.
And like my preferences go like this. At first, Madhya Pradesh. Secondly, Himachal. Third, Odisha. And after that, Karnataka and Sikkim. So I think most probably I would be skipping Karnataka and Sikkim.
So yeah, when you said these options, you are skipping 2 zones for sure.
Yes. So now my main concern is this. Like in second iteration, I have filled Chhattisgarh. After that, Rajasthan. After that, Jharkhand. After that, maybe Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. And after that, when I go to Northeast zone, like my concern is I completely want to avoid Northeast zone. So in this second iteration, if again I want to skip Northeast zone, should I put Tripura in second place in Northeast zone if I want to skip this zone again in the second iteration?
No, there is no need, because so I'm writing your preferences. So your first is MP.
MP, then Himachal.
Then Himachal, then Odisha. Then
Karnataka,
which are skipped.
Karnataka and Sikkim.
So they are skip zones. So anyway, you don't get that. So then you are going for Chhattisgarh.
And then Rajasthan.
So this is also skipped. I'm saying, like by the time you will not be getting Rajasthan for sure. Then what you said?
Jharkhand.
Yeah.
Jharkhand.
So what I'm saying is you have to go some state here. Then you'll go into the Northeast.
Right.
By the time you reach here and you are not even getting Jharkhand. So it means it won't go beyond Jharkhand. That's what I would feel. Because you have given options in such a way that you will be getting somewhere here itself. But if you skip Jharkhand, and if you don't want to go to Northeast, then you have to choose some state in South, which will be available for sure. But if you don't want this also, then which option you are telling, AP or Telangana?
Andhra Pradesh or Telangana.
If you go for Tamil Nadu, then you can definitely stop the iteration here itself. But if you choose Andhra, Telangana, high chances are that you will again skip this zone. So then you will go to the next state. But here for you have to choose a proper state in Northeast, which is a difficult task. Assam, Meghalaya, you can't.
Because if I fill Assam, Meghalaya, most probably I'll get it. And even if I fill West Bengal, definitely I would get it.
Yeah, that risk will be there. But what I feel, by the time you are skipping all these zones, even Assam, Meghalaya would be closed there.
Okay.
If you see the closing ranks of Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand in the last 4 or 5 years, and check the closing rank of Assam, Meghalaya.
Okay. Okay. So what do you suggest? Should I fill at second place West Bengal or Assam, Meghalaya, or even Tripura? Because Tripura was getting just hardly 0 or 1 seats in past 3 or 4 years.
It's up to you, because you are giving so much strategic options in the top 9 states. Why to take again the risk of Tripura, and what if you end up in Tripura? Because Tripura is not a state where many people are taking the risk. See, when I'm telling you to take the risk of Sikkim, because that is some state which many people are opting. So your risk of getting Sikkim reduces. I will also tell you to take the risk of Punjab for a non-Punjabi who want to skip that zone. But why I'm not stressing so much on it, because most of the candidates, they don't know this and they don't opt it. So you getting ended up in Punjab, the chances will will be very high. The risk of the risk of getting that state increases if many people don't opt. If many people are opting, then you will be on safe side. So if you opt Tripura in this position, you should be sure that many people opt for Tripura in the second preference in Northeast. Otherwise, you go for some safe cadre. Else, you stick with Tamil Nadu in zone southern zone. Then you'll end up there. That will be your last stoppage point. Beyond that, your iteration won't go.
Right. And like, let's say if I pick Andhra or Telangana, then there is a probability I would shift to Northeast zone. And in that case, like you are suggesting, I should prefer Assam, Meghalaya, because by that time Assam, Meghalaya would most probably would have closed. So then I would shift to my preference zone 3 first, that central zone, and I can again start the iteration. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, that I would suggest. Because by the time you once again cross check in the last 4 or 5 years, by the time Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand was closing, whether Assam, Meghalaya cadres they closed or not. Because what happens is, many people who get Assam, Meghalaya is because they opted for Assam, Meghalaya in 5th as their 5th preference. Instead of Sikkim, they went for that. So that also closes early, Assam, Meghalaya. It is not a state which will be there till the last time. So you can use it and skip it. Skip it instead of Tripura.
Right, because filling West Bengal, I would definitely get trapped in that zone. So, yes, sir. And like one more thing, sir. Like I was slightly
please please hurry up a bit, because a lot of people have raised hands. So please try to ask 2 or 3 questions so that all can be addressed.
Okay, so just one more thing between Chhattisgarh and Maharashtra.
So Maharashtra is a good cadre between them, but you have to see again whether you will be getting that state or not, because Maharashtra is even more sort of, it closes even early than Madhya Pradesh because of various reasons. One, the vacancies are little less when you compare with Madhya Pradesh, and many people from Maharashtra, surprisingly, they clear. Just like Rajasthan, people from Maharashtra clear forest service and other all India service officers, other all India services easily. No, this has been the trend. Even in my batch, nearly 10% are Maharashtrians. So it closes early. So based upon that, you can take risk. Chhattisgarh is a safe state. It's good for forest service officer, and it is not a state which closes very early. So if you are want a safe option, go for Chhattisgarh. Go for Maharashtra as your first preference. Otherwise, if you are putting it somewhere in between, then it means you are using it as a skipper.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Like, we can follow the order in which people have raised their hand. So Sonia, you can ask your doubt if you have any.
Yes, sir. Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So I wanted to ask the chances of getting Agmut from insider vacancy.
Yeah, I mean, chances will be there. If you want Agmut, then put it as a first preference as an insider.
So because last year 0 seats were there from unreserved vacancies, so any seat get converted in Agmut?
So that you have to check last year vacancies. Sorry.
So 0 from outsider it was. 0 from insider, sorry.
Yeah. But there were 6 outsider, right? So you can check
Yes,
the
sir.
last year allocation list and see anyone. If see what happens is, how many? There were 4 insiders, right? And out of which 1 was ST insider, 3 were OBC insider. And let us say from
Yes.
Agmut, there were only 3 people who cleared the exam. So that means 3 seats will get definitely allotted to those 3 people. But what happens to the last seat? It will definitely get converted. So it becomes unreserved insider. This is what I was explaining in the case of Orissa. So whatever number of insider seats are there, the system tries to fill all those insider seats from one or other category. Irrespective of the category to which the insider seats belong, it will get converted.
Okay. So sir, what chances are high? Like if I compare UP with Agmut.
I would say go for Agmut because people, though some of them might belong to the Agmut cadre, they won't opt for Agmut as their first preference. They might take Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra as their first preference because the forest resources are there, this and that, for their own reasons. So the competition for Agmut will be less. And if you're opting for as an insider, so whatever seats, the number 4, which were present last year is very high. So if again the same thing repeats, then there will be high chances of you getting Agmut. So it is a safe option because less people prefer it as their starting choice, and whatever category the seat might be belonging to, it will get converted to your own category. So no tension of losing that seat as well.
Okay. And sir, one more question. By what rank Odisha cadre closes as an outsider?
As an outsider,
Yes, sir.
it depends. Last year, usually it should have closed by 35-40. But as I have told you, one outsider seat got converted into insider. So that is why it got closed at rank 31. But usually till rank 40, you can expect Orissa.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sandeep, if you want to ask anything.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I belong to Telangana, so my first preference is also Telangana. So how is Telangana as a cadre, and how much chance do I have if I put Telangana as my first preference, sir? That's also.
See, first Telangana as a cadre. As a cadre, speaking honestly, both Telangana and Telangana and AP has limited scope. The resources are not very high in both the states. Comparatively, Andhra has better resources than Telangana because of red sanders and because of coastal ecosystem. But as a DFO in Telangana, you will have work in the districts like Adilabad, where you have contiguous zones with Maharashtra. Other than that, in the rest of the Telangana, the scope will be limited. So that is point number 1. But always your home state, home culture, if you are a person inclined to work in your home zone, so undoubtedly people go for their home state as their first preference, irrespective of the work. That's what I also did. I know Andhra didn't have much resources, but I wanted my home state as my first preference, so I went for Andhra. Then second question, chances of getting Telangana. So it is again pure luck. For example, last year, 7 people from Telugu states got into the final list. But what happened? Out of the 7, 5 were from Andhra. Only 2 were from Telangana. So there was one person, Revant, who got rank 81, was the closing ranker in OBC. But there was one OBC insider, though he was a closing person, he got his home state Telangana. But what happens if there are 3-4 people from Telangana and there are only 2 vacancies? Then it's a risk and you may not end up getting it. So that you can't be sure from which Telangana or Andhra people are getting the final list. But if you want to Telangana, go for it and other first preference, else leave that completely.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm from Karnataka. And with respect to Tamil Nadu, sir, in 2021 there were 3 general outsiders, but it got allotted to OBC. So does that mean there were no takers from general and EWS for Tamil Nadu?
In 20, you mean in my batch?
2021. Yes, sir. There were 3 outsiders for Tamil Nadu, sir, for outsider.
3.
But
Tamil Nadu.
when Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
But no one from general got allotted Tamil Nadu. It went to 2 OBC candidates, sir, when I checked the cadre allocation.
OBC outsiders you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if no one from general category is getting that rank, it will again get be allotted to other categories. So in that also, you have to see how it gets converted into. It directly won't get converted into OBC. It will first go to ST, then AC, then it comes to OBC.
Okay. Sir, does that mean Tamil Nadu has a higher probability of getting? So from being Karnataka, so what would be better between Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu for me?
I would
because
say go for
Tamil Nadu. So how is the forest department in Tamil Nadu like?
In Tamil Nadu, the forest department is good, but one difference, see, because you are from South India, so anyway, Telugu is somewhat closer to your language, but if you go to Tamil, you have to learn a little bit more, but that is okay. We are not new to that. But the issue with Tamil Nadu is, and why people opt for Karnataka so high, despite of forest resource, which is also decently present in Tamil Nadu. Why they opt for this is, I have told you, once you do for certain number of years, you will enter into the secretariat at different levels.
Yes, sir.
What happens in states like Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and Orissa, these states, though you belong to forest department, the Ministry of Forest in your respective state, you will be given secretaries of other departments also, like health, education. You can have interdepartmental deputations. That option is being provided by states like Karnataka, Orissa, Andhra. In Tamil Nadu, this is little less. I mean, you will be entering into the secretariat, but you will be working more in forest and environment related departments only. You can't go straight forward and enter into health department or education department. So that is an issue with Tamil Nadu. Other than that, in the initial 14-15 years, while you are working as a DFO, your work will be very good in Tamil Nadu. Even after entering into secretariat, you will be working, but the diversity will not be so huge in Tamil Nadu. You can't go and enter into health department or education department. Other than that, it's very good pattern.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Megha Murli. Okay, is Megha here? Harsha, when she doesn't have, Vaibhav, you can ask the question. Am I audible?
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Vaibhav, please.
Yeah, good morning, sir. I have a query regarding, since the information which we have absorbed as of now, there is no strict criteria for home cadre choice.
Yeah.
I have done my 10th, 12th from UP. My temporary and permanent address all are from UP. I did my BTech from Himachal.
Okay.
For since past 5 years, I am living in Delhi. However, there is no official address.
Okay.
Now, I want to know if I can choose. Is it safe and okay as far as scrutiny is concerned to choose Agmut as home? Because the logic behind this is, I want my first choice to be HP.
Okay.
However, if somehow HP closes before my rank, I want the second choice to be UP as outsider, which has huge vacancy.
Okay.
Because if I want HP as my first and I choose UP as home and I close it UP, then obviously there is no UP closes out.
Yeah. So you can choose Agmut as your home cadre. There is no issue in that. If the interview panel it won't even ask why you have chosen this state as your home cadre. 99% they won't ask the question. And coming to the technical aspects, so you will be opting for Himachal as an outsider. You are saying you want to opt for that.
Yeah.
Go and then you can go for Uttar Pradesh. Then it's actually a good way of having both options at stake. But the point
then,
for all the three states, UP, Himachal as well as Agmut.
Yeah, But then, since I do not have any ID or anything of any sort of having Delhi as address, that would not be an issue, sir.
No, definitely not an issue. They won't ask you.
Okay. And sir, how is HP as a cadre? I have done my graduation from there. I like the place there. That's why I want to opt for the first as the first choice.
देखो,
As a forest cadre, how is it?
forest cadre, both Himachal and Uttarakhand are good. You'll have a variety of forests there, and lot of revenue for those state governments is being provided by the forest department itself. So you'll have a lot of issues. But the challenge is you have to see that both are hill states. Because you have experience, you already might have a first-hand experience. But the point for I'm telling this is for all the other candidates who want to think about Uttarakhand and Himachal. So these are hill states. In hill states, the forest department currently is very good in both the states, but the connectivity and transport will always be a little bit challenging when compared with other plain states. That issue will be there. For example, if you want the logistics also will not be as comfortable as it is in some other states, plain states. For example, Gujarat or Madhya Pradesh or Andhra. So other than that, there is no issue with hill states. And Himachal is also very good cutter for forest.
Okay, thank you, sir. The main query was regarding filling Agmut as home state, which you said that you can go
Yeah,
forward.
definitely you can. There is no issue.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Mega, you can ask like if your microphone is working.
Yeah, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. I'm from Kerala, so I will be giving Kerala as my first preference. So after that, I would, in the second iteration, I would prefer Karnataka. So suppose if Kerala get skipped for me, so is it wise to give Karnataka because if Kerala itself gets skipped and there is less chance for Karnataka, right? So is it wise to give any other south state in my second iteration or Karnataka itself? Because I prefer Karnataka after Kerala and I belong to reserved category.
Okay, Mega. So I would say so in your category you check how the Karnataka vacancies were closing in the last 3-4 years. First thing you do that in your respective category, how they are getting closed. But I won't think it is a good decision of putting Karnataka in 6th and Kerala in first. Because it will be difficult to get Karnataka. But as I said, once you check the last 3-4 year vacancies, is there any year where Karnataka in your respective category closed after Kerala? Which I think is not probable. It's not usually what happens. So you try to check that. But what I say is, if you are skipping Kerala, but like you are not getting Kerala in your respective category, because you are opting Kerala as an insider, right? So let us say even in your category, if there are 0 insider vacancies and all vacancies of Kerala are in general category insider. But as I said, what happens is if there are no people who are taking those seats, so it will get converted to your category only. So you will anyway get Kerala. But if you're opting for Kerala, choose your 2, 3, 4, 5 accordingly. If you don't want states from these zones, go for these options of skipping the zone, like using Sikkim or some other state. Because after Kerala, you can go for most sought out cadres in that zone. Because anyway, that will be closed. For example, you are not getting Kerala. So that means your rank will not be in the top thing of your category or top in the list. Somewhere your rank is in the middle or in the fag end. So you're not getting the home state. So anyway, if you choose states like Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra, then Rajasthan, and then something like not Karnataka.
Odisha.
In UP zone, you can choose Odisha, or UP also you can choose. That also closes early. Then you choose Sikkim. So this means you are skipping all the 4 zones. So that safely you can. Then here you have to think by seeing the last 4-5 years. If Karnataka, is there any possibility of getting in your category? If not, then go for Tamil Nadu. So then you will be safe that you'll be ending in these 2 only. Otherwise, you can choose cadres in these zones if you are comfortable with these zones as per your interest. Like you can choose those cadres where you are comfortable working. Else you skip all these zones.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Akash or what? Anyone of you can ask.
Yeah,
Sir,
hello.
me Sushant.
Okay, Sushant. Okay, you want to ask one more question? You can ask.
Sir, sir, can you please arrange the states zone wise? Means in zone 1, depending upon the forest resources and depending upon the forest only.
First resource मतलब क्या? How much?
How much funds are there and how much is the forest cover?
Like this, sir, I think I can say Sarah said that you can go to you can check the budget of the state, right? And then you can decide. So आपको
Yeah,
budget
yeah.
individually check करना पड़ेगा.
I don't have the data of all the states yet, so you have to check it individually. So whatever I know of some states only, which I
Sir, forest cover के हिसाब से
the forest state of forest report में मिल जाएगा.
ठीक है sir, okay.
Yeah, Akash was asking something.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Like I'm from OBC background, so I was asking whether should I fill Uttarakhand in the northern zone in the first preference, and in the second iteration, should I put Himachal Pradesh or Rajasthan? Like, wouldn't Himachal become a skip zone by then?
Even Rajasthan becomes skip zone by then.
Okay, so would it be better to rather than go for Agmut or other, like if I do not want to skip that?
If you don't want to skip, go for Agmut. But if you are you sure that Himachal closes by then?
Actually, sir, many of the time things happen that there are only one vacancy in OBC and in Uttarakhand or Himachal, so it is difficult to like find the pattern in both of these states.
So then you can go for safe here. Agmut zone is safe. If you are comfortable with whatever we were discussing something about Agmut, right? If you are comfortable working in such zones, then definitely go for Agmut. It is very safe zone.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. What is your name? A Chaos or what?
Anubhav. Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, sir, I'm from Uttar Pradesh and I did my college from Rajasthan and currently I'm preparing for Delhi. So what I'm thinking to put Agmut as my home cadre so that I may maximize the chances of getting UP cadre in my first iteration. So can I do that?
Yeah, you can put Agmut and up and say that you don't want your home cadre and go for UP as a first preference as an outsider.
Because I haven't worked in Delhi, I'm just preparing from Delhi. So is it okay?
Yeah, okay. They won't ask.
And
won't ask. If they ask, you tell that I have been preparing in Delhi for so and so years, and many of my family roots are also there here. ऐसे करके कुछ बोल दो because they are not people and they don't do come and do background check all this.
And so one more thing. So I don't want to take any risks. So what I'm doing, I will put UP at number 1, and at number 2, I have an option of putting either MP or either Gujarat. So is it good logic that if I won't be getting UP, then I won't be getting MP?
It has varied over years. Yeah. Sometimes what happens is, though UP as from an outsider perspective, you see forest reserve is not very huge, but because many people from UP clear, that is most sought out cadre. What happens with MP is, it is very good state for forest service, so it is being demanded from people across the country. So sometimes if rankers from UP are more, it closes early. But if that is not the case, then MP closes early. So you can't be always sure that UP closed and MP is not closed. So it changes. But if you want a safe option after UP, you can and you want to get a state in that zone itself.
Yeah,
go for
exactly.
Chhattisgarh or Gujarat, then you'll get it for sure.
Okay.
Based upon your rank. Then if you're going for UP, then there's high chance of it getting skipped also. I mean MP, if you're going for MP, high chance it gets skipped.
Okay. And in that Uttarakhand Himachal zone, so what's the probability of getting more either UK or Himachal Pradesh? Because seats are very don't have much seats either. They have 1 seat or 3 seat. So I'm a little bit confused because
Himachal has more, usually 1 or 2 seats more, and competition is also relatively less for Himachal when compared with Uttarakhand. People don't know why they prefer from outsiders. Usually they go for UK at start. This is what I have observed. At least 60 to 70% people go for it instead of Himachal. So if you want a safe bet, go for Himachal. Seats are more and competition is relatively less when compared with Uttarakhand.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Aman?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, if my first three preferences are the like MP, Rajasthan, then Odisha, and fifth one is Assam, Meghalaya. So fourth पे Karnataka will become like a skip होगा वो. So should
First
I
is what?
opt first three are MP, then Rajasthan, then Odisha.
Okay. Then fourth is skipping.
Yeah, but I don't want to skip that because I'm feeling Assam, Meghalaya is fifth one. So what would you suggest me to put at fourth? Should I?
Yeah, you want which state you want to put at fourth, right? That's your question.
Yeah.
Karnataka definitely you should not opt because you are putting Assam Meghalaya fifth.
Right.
Andhra Telangana is again risky. You may get the seats might have closed by that time. Andhra usually you will have seats because you just missed Odisha in third. So you can go for Andhra or Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is much more safer option. If you are comfortable there, you can go for Tamil Nadu.
Okay. Or can I instead do something like I can put Karnataka above and Odisha नीचे करके Odisha की जगह झारखंड कर दूं उस zone में. That would that be fine?
I mean, instead of Odisha, you are putting Jharkhand.
Yeah, and I'm putting Karnataka as third number then. Then for fourth number पे, then I'm putting Jharkhand.
Yeah, then definitely that also will not allow you to go to Assam Meghalaya.
Yeah, so this will be a better option, right?
Better option, but are you comfortable in Jharkhand or Odisha?
Okay, right.
That you have to think and you can go for it.
Jharkhand is also.
Yeah, Jharkhand is also good cutter, but if I compare both, I would say Odisha will be
yeah, of course.
even more good. If you're an outsider, I'm saying. But if it's your home state, then absolutely fine.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Your second choice was Rajasthan, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Shrikant?
Sir, I have a similar question regarding the home state.
Yeah.
I'm from Andhra Pradesh and I've studied BTech in Uttar Pradesh 4 years. So if I put home state UP and gain advantage of outsider for Andhra Pradesh, will it be a problem in interview or will they check the home state?
No problem at all. Yeah. For example, I have a lot of examples. I myself have opted Andhra as an outsider this year in civil services interview. I'll be going and I opted as an outsider. For example, 2 years back, there was 95th ranker, Rishikesh Reddy karke, he got IPS.
Okay.
He did his BTech from Delhi and he is from Andhra. His entire roots are Andhra. Just for 4 years, he studied in Delhi. Always in every interview, he used to opt his home state as Delhi and Agbud zone, and he used to opt other state as an outsider. That is Andhra, he used to opt as an outsider. And no question asked for him.
Sir, he also put other state as the home state.
Yeah, he have kept Agbud as his home cadre and opted Andhra as an outsider. Every year he did this.
Okay, sir. There is no formal query कि वो check करेंगे background वगैरह. जो maximum जो होगा वो आपसे interview में पूछ लेंगे कि ऐसा क्यों किया. That is it, right? So you should just have the justification like sir mentioned. और ऐसे कुछ background checkup नहीं होता. I don't think कि पूरे process में allocation तक कुछ वो पूछते हैं. So you can opt in a way कुछ भी cadre as your home cadre.
Sir, if they ask, I should tell the truth, right?
I should just tell I have studied there. I have studied there, so I consider this also equally as my home. ऐसे करके बोल दो. You have root, मतलब you have a good connection with the place. Nothing more.
Okay.
They won't ask for it, but if they ask, you tell this.
Okay, sir.
Yuktisha, you can ask. Yuktisha Rajput, are you there? If you want to ask anything, please ask.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sir, my home state is Uttar Pradesh, so I'm feeling like Uttar Pradesh, MP, then Rajasthan. So what are my chances of getting Rajasthan?
You belong to unreserved category or have some?
Unreserved.
So you're from UP, then MP, then Rajasthan. So if you are missing UP and MP, then Rajasthan most probably would have closed by then. So you are putting it
Should I put Himachal instead of Rajasthan?
If you are comfortable working in Himachal and you want to stay in that zone only, you don't want to skip that zone, then go for Himachal.
Preference was Karnataka. So Karnataka versus Himachal, can you compare?
you are skipping UP, MP, then you are going to Karnataka. By that time, even Karnataka is also doubtful. It might get closed by that time. And again, you'll be skipping that. You can go for, if you are assuming you are putting UP, then MP, then Rajasthan and Karnataka, then it means
Sikkim. So that it gets skipped and goes to second iteration.
second iteration, and again UP zone, you can go for some other state.
Then I've put Odisha, sir. Also, sir, in the second iteration, I've put Odisha. Then from the zone 3, I've put Maharashtra. So is it a good logic to say that if I'm not getting Odisha, then maybe I'll not get Maharashtra? So should I put Gujarat instead of Maharashtra?
Definitely.
So that I have a more
Definitely.
chance.
So when you are going to skip all the first 5 states, that is, you are skipping UP, MP, Rajasthan, Karnataka. So the chances of getting Orissa is also not very high by that time, because Orissa is also very sort out cadre in that particular zone by people from other zones. For example, a person from South Zone or West Zone, in that zone they prefer Orissa instead of Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, yes.
Because they are not a native of Uttar Pradesh. So that zone closes early only. You can check how the trend has been in the last few years.
Yes, and sir, so instead of Maharashtra, because definitely Maharashtra will get closed earlier.
Go for
So should I
Gujarat.
put Gujarat?
Yeah, definitely. Go for Gujarat. If you are comfortable with Gujarat, go for it. And it is a safer option. Otherwise, your iteration will again go beyond 7,
Yes,
8.
and then we'll go to south and all.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. That was my doubt.
Yeah, okay.
Harsha?
Yes, sir. So, sir, I had one more query. So, I think between Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, you already answered that cadre-wise, probably Tamil Nadu is better as a forest department, but diversity issue is there in terms of work, right?
When you go to the higher levels, that issue will be.
And sir, one more thing, this is regarding hobby. So, like I do options trading to make a living. So I put that as my hobby. So is there any downside to it since the trading word is attached?
Not a downside, but see, hobby is something where you take out time to do it.
Yeah. So like I do it like once or twice a week.
So isn't it, you're not, aren't you not doing it to earn money?
I'm doing it out of interest, I would say, more than money.
Okay. Then you can write.
But I'm asking, like, are there any ethical implications attached to it?
Ethical implications, because but it's little bit something
odd.
Odd. Well, people will see, okay, something new is being written here. So if you want to write it something like interest. Don't write 1, 2, 3 karke. Write interest hyphen. You write it.
Okay. Okay.
Tell them that is your interest.
Okay. Thank you.
Apurv?
Sir, I have 2 questions. In fact, 3 questions, but small questions. First of all, sir, can you compare Jharkhand with Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand with Odisha as a cadre? And second is, what is the...
Let me complete the first question first, then I will again forget. So, Odisha trumps Jharkhand for an outsider. I'm not saying, if you're non-native of any of the states, then Odisha, you can choose over Jharkhand. Then compared with Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, both are almost equally placed. But if you go by the amount of forest cover and resources and the work-life balance, because I know some people working in Chhattisgarh, I'm not very sure of people who are working in Jharkhand. Some of my batchmates this year they got allotted, but I'm not have first-hand experience. Chhattisgarh is good even over Jharkhand is what I feel, but I'm not very confident in this. But Odisha is definitely better than Jharkhand.
And sir, what about, you talked about services deputation, which is good in Karnataka, Odisha, and Andhra. So, do you have any idea about this thing in Jharkhand?
No, yeah, I don't have much idea because I don't have friends working at that age group.
Okay. Thank you. That was the question.
Okay, you can connect with me after the session. I'll connect you with someone from Jharkhand cadre, right? So you can have talk.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So okay, like see, sir, it has been like 90-minute session. Sir also might be tired. So we will take last 4 questions, right? After that, we can like. So is it fine, Ramana?
Yes, sir. Fine.
Abhimanyu, please ask.
Abhimanyu, are you there?
Yeah, hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, so my query was just in regard to the one that you addressed recently, as regard Anudeep sir filling Delhi as his home card over Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
And you said he did this for all of his attempts, right? So even I belong to the OBC category, and I have did my college from IIT Gandhinagar, Gujarat, and I stayed there for about 7 years or so. So I just want to ask you one thing: that is it fine? Is it okay that my OBC certificate is from my native state, Rajasthan, and I put up Gujarat as my home cadre because I
Perfectly
lived there
fine.
for almost.
Perfectly fine, because your OBC certificate check will be done before you enter the interview room. So people who are checking your OBC certificate doesn't know what state you have kept as your home state.
Okay, so even if I put up Gujarat as my home cadre preference, Rajasthan se OBC certificate would do.
Like,
Is that what you're trying to say?
I
Because
didn't get
my OBC.
like I just want to add here, Abhimanyu, is that I am also not very sure, but like from what I have seen from my student is that the state caste certificate does not matter, right? You have to take a central certificate. So कहीं से भी वो allot हो रहा है, but it has to be in a format which is prescribed by center, और वो शायद किसी annexure में भी होगा, right? तो ऐसा like in any case आप कहीं से भी ले सकते हो, it will work, but it should be in the format prescribed by center, और कुछ रूल वूल है, राइट? उसके 1991, तो वो रहेगा. इट विल नॉट मैटर कि कहाँ से आप ले रहे हो, बट इट शुड बी इन अ सेंट्रल फॉर्मेट, ऐसा कुछ है उसका.
Yes, sir. So I do have one certificate which is of course from center as well as also from Rajasthan. So that is taken care of. So I just wanted to clear this doubt with you once, because since it's my 6th attempt, I would not want to gamble here. So if you could help me out.
हाँ, like Ramana said it, they will not be knowing. वो सिर्फ सर्टिफिकेट चेक करेंगे, कुछ उसमें डिजिटल स्टैम्प वगैरह जो होता है वो सब चेक करेंगे. तो they your home cadre like choice will not affect there, right?
Yeah. Regarding specific technical aspects of certificate, you can ask Mayank sir. I'm not very sure, but they won't definitely check from which state are you coming from that OBC certificate or something, and whatever, because DAF is there with the interview board, the chairman and other members. The people who will be checking your certificate will be sitting outside. They do the document verification and send you inside. So they don't your DAF on what you are putting. They will not check.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. That's it. Thank you.
So Vaishali, please ask.
Hi, sir. Sir, good morning.
Morning.
Sir, I'm from Tamil Nadu and I belong to OBC category. So, if there are 3 seats in allocated in unreserved category for Tamil Nadu, will if I get a higher rank, are there any possibilities that I'll be allotted the unreserved category seat?
So you mean to say there are 3 unreserved 3?
If there are 3 unreserved category seats, sir, from Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, as an insider, well, 3 unreserved insiders are there.
Whatever seats, number of seats it may be, sir. So if I'm from OBC category, so will I be allotted an unreserved category if I have a higher rank?
What I'm saying is, you belong to OBC category. So first,
yes,
and you are opting for Tamil Nadu as an insider.
Yes,
so
sir. Yes.
All matters is how many insider seats are there in Tamil Nadu is the point which will matter for you. Outsiders will not matter for you. Let us say there are total 5 insiders. Out of it, 2 are in unreserved category, 1 is in OBC, and rest 2, 1 is in SC and 1 is in ST. So what the system will do is they will check how many people from Tamil Nadu or how many people have opted Tamil Nadu as an insider. And let us say in the final list, only 3 people are there who opted in that manner. So 3 people from whichever category, they will be getting ranks, and you are the 4th candidate, let us say. So there are still 2 seats left, then you will definitely get a seat as an insider. But what if 7 people from Tamil Nadu have cleared, including you? Only 5 insider seats are there. So 2 will obviously, they will be left out. So then these categories will come into play: unreserved, OBC, SC, ST. Because then only out of the 7 candidates, if let us say all this out of the 7 except you, rest 6 are unreserved category candidates. So only 2 are there in unreserved category, right? So those will get ranks, and then you will be getting rank in your category. Baki then the rest two which are remaining, SC and ST, they will get converted into unreserved and they will be allotted to those candidates. And Baki those candidates, they will be left out from Tamil Nadu. They will be getting cadre somewhere else.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, and one more question. How is Kerala as a cadre? If I'm opting Kerala as my sixth option, what would be the other states to skip that zone? Best options to skip that zone.
So you will be opting Tamil Nadu, right, as a first preference.
Yes, yes, sir.
And Tamil Nadu is also a state which produces a lot of foreign service officers. So it is also sought out as a cadre from an insider point of view. As an outsider, because the competition is less, it will be there available for outsiders. But for insider, it is sought out. After Tamil Nadu, you have to go to the western, like central zone. Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra both are good. But if you don't want that zone, you have to skip that zone. Then also those two are the states which you have to keep, because Gujarat and Chhattisgarh will be available for you. If you put it, you will end up there. But you can go for Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra. I would say Maharashtra better to go because it closes. It is getting closed early these days. So you can go for Maharashtra in that zone. In Odisha wala zone, you go for Odisha because that is a state which is sought out and it also gets closed early for outsiders. I'm saying in Odisha zone. Then in northern zone, go for this Uttarakhand. It closes early, or Rajasthan also good. So that also closes early. So then in northeast, go for Sikkim. So in this these zone wise, so Sikkim is one state which you can definitely go northeast, no issue at all. Then in UK Rajasthan, go for Rajasthan also. It also closes early. Then in these two, check the last 3-4 year ranks. Go for the Maharashtra or Odisha or some either other. So nearby things. Go for these states to skip all these zones. Then put in sixth place such state which you're sure of getting. I mean, don't go for Karnataka or some other state where the seats are very less, and because then you will again end up in 7, 8, 9, 10, which you can't control.
Okay, sir.
Go for safe option.
All right. Harini, if you want to ask anything. Harini, Ravi, are you here?
Yes, sir. Sir,
yeah,
I wanted to ask one question.
Yeah.
Sir, I am from Tamil Nadu. If I am getting higher rank means, is there any possibility that I will get allotted to Karnataka because the insider vacancy in Tamil Nadu is less?
You are if you are getting higher rank in
Tamil Nadu, there is less insider vacancy.
Okay.
Is there any possibility that I get allotted to some other southern zone cadre like Karnataka? But people are saying if Karnataka is given a second iteration after Tamil Nadu, it means you are skipping it automatically. Is there any possibility that I will get Karnataka after Tamil Nadu?
No. It is very, very rare, Harini. If you are have some category, then there are chances. If you are from unreserved category, then it is difficult.
Sir, I am from OBC.
Then there are chances. You just check how for OBCs the closing rank is coming up in Karnataka. But still, I feel the chances are very less for outsiders because it is sought out cadre and you are putting Tamil Nadu as first and you will be keeping Karnataka as 6th. So you still have 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
You have to skip all these zones. And if you are just like I was mentioning now with Vaishali, with whatever zones I was telling to Vaishali to opt for and to skip them. So when she is skipping all these, it means her rank is not in the top 10 of total list or in her category. So if that is the case, then Karnataka is anyway closed by that time.
Yes,
so if you are missing Tamil Nadu and if you are skipping 2, 3, 4, 5, consciously if you are skipping, then try to go for safer option in position number 6. You should definitely not go for Karnataka. Though it's very, very good cadre because by speaking by the probability, so you will not get it. So go by either Kerala if you are comfortable because it has its own challenges. If you are comfortable, go for Kerala. That is safe option. You will definitely get.
Sir, what about Andhra or Telangana possibility in 6th position?
Yeah, the possibility is high. You can get Andhra or Telangana in 6th position, but then choose wise options in 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip them definitely. Choose those states which will help you skipping those zones for sure. and go for Andhra Telangana. But definitely if you're and again you can't be 100% sure that you will be ending up in Andhra Telangana because again the probability they might also sometimes get closed early. So put wise options in 7, 8, 9 also. In 7, 8 and 9 also you choose wise options because otherwise you will again end up in some other state which you completely unplanned for. Okay, so if you are going for Andhra Telangana in 6, choose your 7, 8, 9, 10 very, very carefully.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Anyone?
Anyone else?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
good morning.
Okay, Preeti, please ask.
Okay, good morning, sir. I'm Preeti. I'm from Andhra Pradesh and I belong to OBC category.
Okay.
So, sir, my doubt is should I have stayed in Hyderabad and also in Delhi for education purposes. So, like you have said, should I mark AP as insider or outsider, sir? That is my first doubt.
I would say go for AP as an outsider.
Outsider. Then you would suggest my first preference to be Agmut, sir, from zone 1.
I mean, when you want to go for AP as an outsider, you have to pick some home state. Which state are you planning to pick? I mean,
I did my college in Delhi, sir. So can I opt for Agmut cadre as first option?
Yeah. You can go for Agmut as your home state and pick AP as an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
Else, you can go for Telangana also as your home state and pick AP. So whichever way you want, you can go. But that cadre will be closed for you completely. Like if you are picking Agmut as home and you are opting for Andhra, Agmut will be closed permanently for you.
Okay.
You can also do the same with Telangana. You can choose Telangana as home and go for Andhra, but then Telangana will be closed permanently for you.
So which one would you suggest, sir, to put as first one?
Anything,
Telangana.
because you have did your studies also in Delhi, some
Yes, sir.
graduation or something. If you are done from Delhi, then put Delhi as your home state. There is no issue. But the point is, you have to prepare from Delhi forest related aspects from Delhi as well. Other than that, nothing. So you can go for Agmut and go for Andhra as first as an outsider.
Okay, sir. Sir, and then in second iteration, should I, like, my zone 3 is above zone 2. So is Gujarat a better option than Jharkhand?
Gujarat versus Jharkhand, you are telling in second iteration, means 7, 8, 9, 10 ke baar.
Yes, sir.
7, 8, 9, 10. So then both are good. Which zone you are putting up in?
Zone 3 is before zone 2.
Zone 3
So
or
Gujarat would be coming before Jharkhand. Which of them is
then you
better?
can also go for Chhattisgarh as well if you want from forest point of view. Gujarat, see, other than forest, Gujarat is a developed state. So connectivity wise, logistic wise, your way of life. See, the point is once you are going to Indian Forest Service as an officer and you want to settle in a state. So right now we are seeing only from work. But there is a lot of things which will be coming once you settle, because you'll be getting married, you'll be having your children, you want to send them to good schools. So all these things will come. So many people at this point of time, we might sometimes will not think of all this. But when you're choosing a cadre, think from this point of view also. Like you should have at least good schools, good facilities for your family. If you are having elderly parents, you need to have good hospitals there if they are staying with you. So these things are also there. No? So take this also into consideration and think whether you're comfortable with a state like Jharkhand or Chhattisgarh versus Gujarat. Because you are personally, you will have a lot of other things also. So think of it and take a choice accordingly. Closing rank wise, both will be available for you at that time.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That is my doubt.
All right. So last two questions, and then we will wind up the session, right?
Yeah.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, my home state is Uttar Pradesh. Sir, can you clarify about 9-9, like filling 9-9 in some of the states?
So according to the rules, if you are filling 9-9 for one state, the entire zone will get barred. So for example, if I'm putting 9-9 in Nagaland, the entire northeast zone will go blank. But as far as I heard from many of the seniors, they suggested me not to go for 9-9. Firstly, it reduces your chances of getting that zone completely. So let us say you are getting a rank and none of the other states are available for you with that rank. Let us say you close Northeast zone. But what if the rest 20 states are closed for your rank? So that issue will be there. Then you will not get a rank. You will not get allocated to a cadre. So that is an issue. Second, also it puts a very I mean negative picture or something of that sort to the interview board, because this is an all India service, right? So these three specifically we call all India services, and you are opting for them and you are writing and you are coming to a stage, and you this means you should be ready to work in any part of India, right?
Sir, also, so this is not a possibility that suppose I'm putting Uttar Pradesh as first, so I put 9-9 in front of Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha.
No, you can't. If you put it, the entire zone will go blank.
Okay. And sir, between Himachal and Gujarat, can you compare?
Himachal and Gujarat. So closing rank wise, Himachal closes early. Forest wise, both have decent forest cover. But revenue, if you take the revenue for the forest department, it is more for Himachal, because it is completely tourism driven state. And forest department provides a lot of tourism facilities as well as it gives a lot of revenue to the state. So the importance for DFO will be more in Himachal. But as I said, you will be sometimes forced to consider a lot of other aspects as well, connectivity or schooling or facilities or your home state, these things.
Sir, one more question. My home state is UP, so I'm filling UP as first, and then in the second iteration, I've put Odisha. So in that zone after UP, I've put Odisha, and in zone 3, I've put Maharashtra. So there is no chance that if I'm not getting Odisha, then I'll not get Maharashtra or something.
See, you are putting Odisha in place number 6, position 6, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Maharashtra, you are opting in position 7.
7. Yes.
By the time Odisha closes, Maharashtra will not be there. So it means you
So
are.
should I put Gujarat?
You can go for Gujarat or Chhattisgarh, depending upon your interest. If you're comfortable with Gujarat, go for it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Last question.
Sonia, last.
Sir, I have two little small questions other than the cadre thing. I'm working in a PSU, and at the last page in uploading section, it's saying that you need to upload a service experience certificate. So what is that?
In the last section, what it is telling?
So to upload a service certificate. So this service certificate is related to central services only, or PSU people will also have to do something?
I'm not very sure of this there because I didn't add that experience. You try to ask someone in your PSU that is there some sort of certificate which they can provide. Yes, take that and upload. Else, what happens is you try to give certificate which you have. UPSC is very considerate, and it is not something who will debar you because of some certificate. They will give you ample amount of time to provide any certificate which you couldn't provide at that time. If they want some certificate, they will ask you even when you go to the interview hall. So before you enter your interview board, you will be having certificate verification. There, if you tell that this is the only certificate which I have, and my PSU provides only this certificate, then you can tell them. And if they want some certificate in their own format, they will tell you and they will give you ample amount of time. So currently, you can upload whichever certificate you have, and if they want anything else, UPSC will tell you and they will give you time.
Sir, actually, currently I'm not having any certificate because it is given only on demand. And only 2 days are left to fill the form. So I'm a little concerned about this. Can I fill it without uploading the certificate?
If the system is allowing you that if the certificate uploading is optional, then don't upload anything. Submit to your DAF. There is no need for you to think a lot about the certificate, because see, whatever certificates, if it is mandatory and if it is asking you to upload compulsory, and only then if you are able to submit the DAF, then you have to upload. Otherwise, don't upload anything. Just submit the DAF. If they want anything, they will ask you at the time of interview or after interview.
Okay, sir. In DAF one, yes, sir, please.
I just asking that also please share the snapshot of this, because I think this is something new. I also gave all the 3 interviews along with the PSU job. So till that time, they were not asking any experience certificate. The only thing they were asking was the undertaking that I have informed my department, right? So inform, not even consent. So that you can do the date of
Sir,
something like
that
that.
undertaking I have already uploaded in DAF one part.
Right, right. So this, I think, is something new. I have not heard about it before because UPSC don't ask any service certificate, at least during the interview.
And sir, it is optional, I think, because people are not uploading anything in that section.
Yeah. Then you can completely skip, Sonia. There is no need at all for you to upload anything. You can completely skip, and they won't even ask you even at the time of interview. They don't even. I mean, after once you get the service, they do background check, and I mean, for any cases or something in that area, other than that, they won't check anything.
Sir, I
Sir,
also talked to Shreyas sir, and he suggested to upload ID card if nothing else is available. So should I skip it or should I upload my ID card photo?
If you want to upload, because there is no harm in uploading, but if you want, you can skip. Like they won't check you anything or they won't ask you anything.
Okay, sir. And sir, one other small question. I play chess just for fun, and I haven't prepared it any time, and I don't follow it professionally also. So should I prepare for it or should I skip it writing itself?
I mean, you had some other hobbies written in the DAF currently?
Sir, other hobby is playing Sudoku.
Okay, you have written it, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm writing chess and Sudoku only.
So then you can just write Sudoku and leave it. You prepare anyway. You'll be preparing for Sudoku. If you want, you can write chess, but you have to prepare. If you don't
Sir,
want,
in
you just
sports
leave it.
section also I have written table tennis. I'm a table tennis player also. So
Then
is
leave
it
chess. Then leave chess
okay? Okay, sir.
because you
Thank
already
you.
have table tennis and you also writing Sudoku. So two are more than sufficient.
Okay, thank you, sir.
sir, can I say something regarding that service certificate?
Yeah, if you have.
Sir, I'm working in ONGC, and this certificate may be asked for those persons who have worked and resigned. Means though those are not in service, maybe.
Okay,
So
so
they
you are
can
also not
upload.
uploading anything.
No, not.
Okay, thank you.
So okay, we can end the session. It was actually a very enlightening session, Ramana. And like we have like actually this policy is also relatively new, just 2-3 years old. So you have given us enough insight that even if a difficult question is asked in prelims also, we can solve it using our logical skills you taught. So thank you, Ramana. If you want to have some last words to the student before we end the session.
Yeah, a few last things that I would like to say to all these people. So the DAF closing date is coming. So consolidate and finalize on section number 7, which you want to fill. Finish it off. And if anyone wants some specific pointed query, you can message me in Telegram. I'm available in Telegram also. Then one more point which I want to say is, once your DAF is done, put your DAF as your final and prepare prepare for interview based upon your DAF. So when you start preparing, so you have a lot of time. As I said, you don't know when the interviews are going to happen. Most probably they will be happening after civil services. So you have ample amount of time. So you have to do few things somehow before you start your interview preparation. First thing, visit some wildlife sanctuaries or national parks or tiger reserves which are there in and around your area. So if you are currently working or currently studying or whichever state you have mentioned as your home state or so, and nearby areas, visit these areas, wildlife sanctuaries, national parks and tiger reserves. Definitely, every one of you, please do this. And before you go to these protected areas, research something about that area on Wikipedia, learn something about it. Some history or some rivers which are going through, some birds, some species, flagship species which are available there. So have some pre-knowledge on these areas, then go and visit these areas in your free time. So this you have to do must. Then while you are visiting these areas, try to have some keen eye and see what are the species that are being conserved and how they are doing. If you get a chance, try to interact. And I would say in and around your area or in these national parks, there will be definitely someone from forest department, and high chances are there that you might also get an opportunity of having a DFO there. So then you go and try to interact with him. So usually these presently working DFOs, they're all most of them are very, very cordial. So you can just tell them, sir, I have got an opportunity and I will be giving for interview this year for forest services, and go and talk with them and ask them about some field realities. See about their experience, how they are managing wildlife over there. So have a first-hand experience by interacting with them and how these areas are being protected or conserved. Why I'm saying all this is, when you have this knowledge will help you in diverting your interview in your comfort zone. Even though if you don't visit any of this, high probability of getting a question about these areas will be there in your interview. For example, while I was giving interview, and I have spoken to at least some 40-50 candidates who gave interview along with me. So all of them, about like 60-70% of them, got questions from these protected areas. So the questions will be like, have you visited any protected area in and around your area? Have you ever been to any national park? Look, so in my DAF, I written Japan. So they asked me, have you visited any national park or some forest in Japan? So they will be questions from this area. So if you have prior experience of visiting it and talking to people working over there, so you will divert your interview in this zone. Luckily, you have a lot of time right now, because when I gave interview last year, I was not having time because my this forest mains result and the DAF, all these came when I was having my civils interview. I was preparing seriously for civils interview. So I had little time to go and explore all these national parks. Right now, you have a lot of time. Even though you have, some of you might be giving civils interview, you have your dates. Some of you might not have got the dates in the first list of this present civils year. So you'll have time. You'll have ample amount of time. So try to make out some time. Go for a visit. It will be refreshing for you also, and you will be learning a lot. So this firstly you should do. Second, after this, if you are not having any civils interview or you're not having some other work, so try to take out your DAF once you submit it. Take your DAF 1 and DAF 2, take a printout of it, and try to have some fixed questions. Prepare questions for yourself from DAF, send it to your friends, send it to your mentors. So ask them to tell you some questions and go through all the previous year transcripts. So I have some of my transcripts which I collected. So I have them in laptop right now. After this meet, I will share them with my answer. He will send that to you, or I will try directly put that in group. So see the questions and try to think how the interviewer is connecting different things in a DAF. So some person might have got some question based upon his or her experiences in their DAF. So you should not worry too much about that question, whether you know the answer or not, but you should try to get how the questions are being framed based upon your DAF. So once your DAF is final, take the printout of it and see what all possible areas you can get a question from. For example, I am from Andhra Pradesh and I belong to a district called Kadapa. So, and some of you, if you have geology optional, you might have studied something about Kadapa system of rocks. So it was a pretty straightforward that question will be there in my interview. And I also belong to a place where red sanders are grown. So red sanders in entire India. Recently, the movie was also there, Pushpa. So it's all over India. It grows only in few areas. So if something of that sort is there in your native place or a place where you have studied, it could be a tree species, it could be an animal. So anything critically endangered species or some interesting species is there, then it is minimum expected from you that you should know something about it, how the conservation is being done, what has been the history of it, how the government is tackling the issues right now. So if you are from Rajasthan, Great Indian Bustard is something which you should know about. So its history, the present measures which the government is taking, the outcome of these measures, what better we could do. So these are some things which you have to prepare. So have your DAF ready and sort out these areas and write about all these areas and go and visit some national park, wildlife sanctuary, tiger reserve. If they are not very good tiger reserves in and around your state, take some time and go to some nearby state or some nearby where you have some friends. It will be a good refreshing journey for you and you will learn a lot. And try to interact with current working DFOs or assistant conservator for ACFs will be there from state services. So someone whom you can catch hold and who has on-field technical knowledge on ground. So try to ask something how things are being managed out there, what are the issues in that area. Because what happens is if you are coming from one particular area and you have knowledge of what the forest department is facing in your area, then definitely you can divert your interview in that angle. So this was what I was planned to say. And after this, I'll be active in the group and you can message me anytime in Telegram. And based upon your DAF, you can also sort out your areas where you will be getting questions. And I will share my transcripts and I will be keep posting all my inputs in the group. And you can contact me anytime from there. Thank you, Mayank sir. Thank you everyone and all the very best for you for the interview preparation. And be very confident that there is high chance for every one of you to score very good marks in forest interview, because this will be a somewhat narrow and technical interview only. So if you are very well prepared with your basics, you can definitely score very good marks in this.
All right. Thank you, Ramana. It was actually very enlightening. And also one thing I want to add कि अभी बहुत सारे लोग का reason ये होता है कि they are giving forest interview because they were good at prelims. Prelims nikal gaya, they were preparing for civils, and they prepared intensely for mains or interview call aa gaya. But when now you are going to interview, your motivation level, your insight should be much more than that. सिर्फ ये reason नहीं होना चाहिए कि prelims निकल गया, right? So when you will visit National Park Wildlife Sanctuary, when you will read all these things which Ramana just mentioned, it will also give you greater motivation to actually know about this wonderful service, and how you can serve the society and the environment, right? So it will only deepen your roots towards this thing. So please do all this thing, and like I will upload this video soon on the YouTube today itself, and also we will be Planet Geology will also be having some very good quality mock interview, right? So we generally take very limited interviews, just one interview per day. So we will be putting out the schedule of this on the group, and the interviews will be starting somewhere around the last week of January, right? So we can do it in Feb, March, and even April. So all the very best. Thank you, Ramana. Thank you for this insightful. Right?
Thank you, sir. It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, and all the best for all the aspirants once again. Prepare your best, and if you have any more queries, you can message me on Telegram. I will also message in the Telegram group right now with my mail Telegram ID, and I will send you some transcripts of last year. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you, everyone.